Alright, because I promised you guys I would. I'm going to read the foreword to the new book, and that's it. No more shit from the new book until I'm done with the fucking first draft. But I wanted to read this because I think it's some of the best writing I've done. And it really sets the tone and kind of ties in with this whole process of asking questions and, you know, me answering them and providing some insight. And you'll see, you'll kind of get the gist of it, because the book is told in the third person, but it also has first person interludes and cut-ins, and then the forward and afterward are sort of bookended in this other third person sort of larger, sort of philosophical, existential kind of rambling about art and the role it plays in people's lives and the purpose of it versus what people sort of try and use it for or are looking to get from it. So anyway, sit back and enjoy, guys. It's been a fucking pleasure tonight, and again, I'm having a blast, and I'll be making more videos for some of the other questions next week. Anyway, so here I go. The foreword from You Won't Forget Me. Because ultimately a book is written from a source of enormous inspiration, which can only be truly relevant to the writer. Where this inspiration is originally and truthfully derived from is of little consequence to anyone other than the writer once the story has been edited over and over and over again, then printed and delivered to the few or the masses for their own consumption and interpretation. The real artists, however, they know the truth about what they've done. They are completely aware of the ambitious intentions which served as the foundation for whatever particular journey they sought to take those willing to participate on. It's been scarred into their soul the way an endangered species gets cut open and injected with a device it knows it must endure in order to sustain its watered-down freedom, its new reality. Devices invented by outsiders, all them curious strangers, as a way to understand the subject of this new obsession, to track its movement and its flow, the subject's path, believing that this has to be the way to get their questions answered, even though they rarely accept or understand the truth and the answers they receive. The desperate eagerness to fix their problems will blind them to the clues and piss them off, leaving them quickly uninterested, consumed with hate and full of excuses as their struggle continues, and the search for meaning manifests itself in another subject they believe will hand them purpose and the currency of comforting definition. Even the artist's own interpretation of their creation, the child conceived by their experiences and made bold by their imagination, conceived in the womb of their hearts and raised inside the complex, deteriorating, and compromised walls of their brain, is over time subject to the law and physics of fluidity, its own truth, its own existence, becoming chameleon in nature as it slowly begins to take the shape of whatever surface or context that happens to confine it at the moment. And this is how we end up at the feet of our great dilemma, gazing up its monstrous and unforgiving wall as our lungs lose air, as the sun turns our eyes into dust. The task of scaling this hell unimaginable, despite the call of its challenge, the necessity of its existence, our great dilemma, the embrace of our struggle, our suffering, the artist, the writer, mocking us at every moment, making up new stories over time about the birth of their own inspiration, each lie conveyed or uttered, chipping away any truth the outsider desperately grasps for and clings to, until there is nothing left holding them up. The artist, sending you on your way, nudging your leaky raft onto the dark, fierce sea all alone, the truth everywhere like stars in the black canvas of sky, unconnected brightness, a billion pieces to the puzzle. endless spools of thread, all the tools they've handed you in order to put some patches on that broken soul of yours. And it should be noted here as well that the vicarious living done through the subjects of any particular creation will never be a permanent fix, a final solution, only a temporary side effect of the drug. None of this is real, even though all of it is. This task was only given to you because you demanded it. Because your afflicted soul needed to know that it wasn't alone, but it stops there. It must stop with the comfort of knowing there are others enduring the same suffering as you. Anything more than that is illegitimate. Please be advised. You've been warned. Any attempt at climbing into the artist's womb with the desperate hope of sliding back out of it reborn and full of new hope is dangerous and counterproductive to the repairs you're seeking. All of it just quicksand and hammocks tied to the dead branches of black angel trees, the guaranteed continuation of the free fall, the perpetuation of the bleak, degenerate, downward spiral by your own doing, with your own fucking hands. So just stop now if you can't handle this. You've been advised. This is your final warning. Do not fuck this up. Chapter 1. I'll fuck you until you love me, Sloan whispered. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much. It's been super fun. I'll be back with more videos next week. Until then, have a wonderful, lovely evening, rest of the weekend, and stay beautiful, my lovely souls.